Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with the CDC Outlaw rear spoiler for all 2015 and up S550 Mustangs. In this video, we're going to talk about a few different topics when it comes to this rear spoiler. We're going to talk about the materials and construction and the install as well. Of course, I'm going to get into more detail later on here, but I can tell you right now that this rear spoiler is going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches if your car came with a rear spoiler from the factory, and a 2 out of 3 wrenches if it did not. I'll say right now that this is obviously an unpainted spoiler, so it's not going to look that great right now sitting here on the table with me. This is how the spoiler is going to ship to you as well, so don't expect a finished piece right out of the box. This is going to need a visit to the body shop and have some prep and paint work done to it in order for it to look show ready. The CDC Outlaw rear spoiler is going to be a good option for those S550 owners out there that are looking for one of the most aggressive spoilers. This isn't really for someone looking to make a subtle statement. The spoiler's up there with the likes of the MMDV series spoiler, and so it's going to be one of the most dramatic that you can currently find. I consider the spoiler a statement piece. It isn't subtle, and it's going to make a big difference in the looks department. It's one of the tallest spoilers you can get your hands on at this point in time, and it's going to add some booty to the S550. CDC designed this spoiler to have some dimension to it, and you can see how thick it is. It doesn't just sit on top of the deck lid, but it continues over the deck lid line here on the sides and around the back here as well. This gives the spoiler a hardier look in my opinion. You can see that this spoiler has this notched out section here, and CDC did that to give you a little bit more visibility since, like I said, this is an aggressive spoiler that's quite tall. The notched out portion gives you a little area to view over since you are going to notice this thing on the back of your car in your rearview mirror. And CDC has worked this notch into the complete design of the spoiler, works its way around the bottom and the back. As far as material, this is made from an ABS material, which is both lightweight and highly durable. A lot of exterior pieces are made from this material, so they'll hold up against the elements, and because it has impact resistance. This is designed to reuse the existing holes that the factory spoiler will leave behind in the deck lid. If your model did not come with a stock wing, or you have a convertible, you are looking at some drilling here. But that would be the only downside with this spoiler, but you're looking at drilling anyway if you want a spoiler and your car didn't come with one. This spoiler will come with a template that will show you where to drill. And as far as convertibles, the holes for the factory wing are in different spots, so you'll not be able to reuse those for this spoiler. Another thing to consider with the convertible models is the fact that the spoiler is so tall that it may come into contact with the factory antenna when the trunk is open. That's not really a big deal in my opinion. You aren't going to break anything. I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up on the contact. As far as price, this spoiler costs over $300, but it's less than $350. Like I said earlier, it's going to come unpainted like you see it here, so you would need to have it prepped and painted yourself. That being said, it's going to come in raw form, so don't be discouraged if it doesn't look like a gem right out of the box. That's where the prep work will come into play. I just make sure to test fit this spoiler before you have it painted and installed, just to make sure you like the look and the fit. So the install here is overall not difficult, but if you're looking at having to drill, it's obviously going to be a little bit harder. You can always have the body shop install this for you, but if you're looking at doing this yourself, an extra set of hands is a good idea. If you have to drill, just use the template and take your time. Gonna call this a 2 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, but only for those that need to drill. If you don't have to drill, it's a 1 out of 3 and will take 2 hours. The spoiler does install with both hardware and 3M tape, so you're going to want the paint as clean as possible. There's some alcohol prep pads to help you clean, and adhesion promoter to help create a good bond between the 3M and the paint. That paired with the bolts and the washers will keep the spoiler in place. Wrapping things up here, the CDC Outlaw spoiler is an aggressive rear spoiler that comes unpainted and uses the factory fastback rear wing bolt holes. Some models may need a drill for the install, and the spoiler also installs with 3M tape, and it costs a little over $300. You can check this out more online, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.